There is a lot happening in pro wrestling these days, but as you know, I'm going to keep you updated. My name is Ango, and on this channel, we talk about everything that's happening in pro wrestling. And today, we're talking about AEW injuries, signings, and we got to talk about some pro wrestling beef that may have been resolved. If you guys want more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button for more. So as you guys know, Scott Steiner hasn't always had the nicest things to say about WWE. And of course, it caused a huge reaction to a lot of fans in the internet wrestling community when they saw that Scott Steiner was in the Hall of Fame. And while we don't know if this will lead to anything significant for Scott Steiner in the WWE, it was very interesting to see that Scott Steiner has made peace with the WWE and more specifically Triple H. Now, this was actually asked to Scott Steiner, and he was speaking to the Detroit News, and Steiner stated that it is important to let go of bad feelings and move on with your life. You've got to let it go. You can't harbor all the bad feelings. You've got to grow up. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because I think for a long time, a lot of people thought Scott Steiner would never be back in WWE. And I don't know if this will lead to Scott Steiner being on television. Obviously, there are some storylines that are happening right now as we speak on NXT involving his nephew, obviously Braun Breaker, and of course Joe Gacy. If this could lead to some more television appearances from the Steiners in NXT, I am all for it. It's good to see that they've made peace. You never say never. A lot of people thought they would never, ever make peace, but when Scott Steiner came to the Hall of Fame, that seemed to be a very big change. And of course, now that appears to be no longer an issue. So hopefully this results in Scott Steiner and his brother, Rick Steiner, being part of WWE television more often. And I'm sure whenever WWE does another Legends Night or Raw 10,000 episode, million episode, Legends, special edition, whatever they do, whenever they do it, I'm sure we'll probably see the Steiners there. All right, guys, as you may have heard, Darius Martin is injured yet again, and it's so unfortunate. This news came from Fightful Select. A new report suggests that the Top Flight member has been injured recently yet again. He was pulled this week from this weekend's Warrior Wrestling show, and per the report, Martin is expected to miss a lengthy period in the ring again. He recently returned from a torn ACL that left him out of action. And obviously, we saw that he spent a lot of time away. Now, first of all, this sucks. He just came back. I was excited to see him and Dante Martin tag team again. I feel like two really, really good wrestlers who haven't necessarily had that opportunity to become tag team champions yet. And obviously, there's a plethora of tag team champions in AEW. A lot of guys who are qualified for that belt. And I think people often forget about Top Flight because of Darius Martin's injury. And we have seen Dante Martin take advantage of the singles role with Darius Martin being gone. But ultimately, they still haven't won the big one. And I don't know, it's a crowded roster. And Dante Martin, I think very highly of him. What he just did last week with the BCC was obviously incredible, but I think when it comes to Dante Martin, he has had more time to show that he can shine on TV, and I don't think Darius Martin has been given that same opportunity due to injury. So my point that I'm making to all of this is that this is another big blow to the tag team, and I feel like with him coming back, I feel like AEW, whether they were going to or not, I feel like they had the opportunity to put them in the ring and start building up those wins and losses. Build up that record. Let these guys get that opportunity for the tag team championship. But it doesn't appear that's going to be the case anytime soon. It's unfortunate. It sucks. I obviously hope for the best for Darius Martin. I know that injuries in wrestling, they're things suck, man. It takes you away from TV. It takes away the momentum. And I hate that because I think Dante and Darius Martin are so good, but I just don't feel like the world has seen it entirely. We've seen glimpses of it, but we haven't seen it entirely, and because of that, it's a little bit disappointing. I hope that he comes back sooner and better than ever, and I hope that he can stay injury-free, and I hope that Tony Khan and AEW, I think they need to look at seriously booking them for the tag team titles, right? I think You look at FTR, you look at the Young Bucks and, Lucha Bros and the Hardy Bros. There's a lot of things that you're trying to do on television, but I think if you put Top Flight in that position, I think a lot of people will enjoy it, and it will show that they really, really mean business with this tag team. All right, guys, you have heard for a long time the rumors of this individual coming to AEW. Now there are some updates that basically indicate otherwise. We're talking about Bret Hart. Don't expect to see Bret Hart in AEW anytime soon. Really crazy. Now, basically, for those who are unaware, there has been talks about Bret Hart joining AEW for a while. There has been open teases. CM Punk is wearing the gear. A lot of tributes to Bret Hart. And then, of course, Owen Hart. They have the Owen Hart Cup Foundation, which they'll be celebrating his legacy, and they will be giving back to the foundation as well. We all thought Bret Hart was coming there. It seemed inevitable. Then that doesn't actually seem to be the case. Dave Meltzer reported on the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that the reason why Bret Hart is managing FTR on an indie show and not AEW television is that those in AEW are of the belief that Hart quietly signed a lucrative WWE deal that would actually ban him from appearing on AEW shows. Now, obviously, with that, it appears the loophole would be in the indie scene. And I don't know exactly what Bret Hart would be doing for WWE other than a Legends contract, WWE network content, social content, maybe some one-off appearances and stuff like that. But it appears that WWE could have very well signed Bret Hart, and maybe this is due to the rumors of AEW. I don't know. But this is why, whether we like or hate WWE and AEW, whether we think creatively they need work or maybe perfect, whatever it may be, right? That's why it's good to have another big company, because people are getting paid. It's good for the industry. I don't know if WWE would have put Bret Hart on another big contract if it wasn't for AEW. You know what I mean? So this is ultimately good for Bret Hart if this is accurate, because not only would he have gotten paid very well, but also he gets to do the indie stuff, which then allows him to do the stuff with FTR. And I really hope that Big Time Wrestling, the people that are having this match, I hope that they figure a way to make sure that these moments are broadcasted to a very large audience, because indie shows, not everybody can, attend them, and it's just a lot of it. Like, people want to see this, and I don't know if they have plans to distribute this, all over the internet and YouTube and stuff like that. But I hope they make a big deal out of it. I hope a lot of people go off with the footage, because I think a lot of people want to see FTR and Bret Hart, and this would be the only way to see it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.